Even though Apple stopped making leather cases for the iPhone, there are some third-party brands making great stuff. Right now I have cases from Nomad, Bellroy, Andar, and I have last year's iPhone 14 Pro leather case to compare them all. Some of these are real leather, some are Cactus leather, so let's talk about the feel, the fit, and the action button. Alright, first up, here's the Bellroy leather case. This is the Everglade color. It shipped pretty fast, it cost $60. Bellroy cases are real leather, they support MagSafe, and again, they ship pretty fast. It has a microfiber interior, it feels pretty good in the hand, not as premium or nice as Apple's own leather cases, but it looks pretty good. You do have the Bellroy logo here at the bottom, and it is wrapped all the way around the sides. But one sticking point for all these cases is the action button. Case manufacturers don't know all the features of the iPhone before they're making the cases, and if they want to be first on the market, meaning you buy an iPhone and you can order their case right away, they have to base it off models and incomplete information. So a lot of case makers like Peak Design and Bellroy, they actually put a hole instead of putting a button over the action button. This way, if it was a mute switch or a button, it would accommodate either way. But unfortunately, a hole for the action button is not as convenient. It's harder to press. Many times you can't even press it. You have to stick your finger in the hole. So case makers like Bellroy and Peak Design have actually issued a statement, and they'll be reworking their cases, probably to include a button on top of the action button. I think Peak Design has done the best thing where they're actually offering either a free button fix kit plus a $15 Peak Design credit, or you can keep the case as is for a $40 Peak Design credit, or you can get a complete replacement case coming mid-November. I love Peak Design stuff. I had their iPhone 14 Pro case for the Creative Kit, and so just huge kudos to Peak Design for this. Bellroy has said there's a potential add-on or full replacement when the update arrives in November, but not as clear as Peak Design's website. All that being said, the Bellroy case looks nice, the colors are good, but that action button cutout is not great, and because it's unclear what they're going to do with the replacement models, I would avoid the Bellroy case for right now. Now, I love Bellroy. I've used their wallets in the past in other cases, but for right now, I would wait till they get the action button fixed, and then I think this is a good case to go with. Also, I will be covering how difficult it is to get your iPhone out of the case, and the Bellroy case actually does well. It's not too difficult to get it out. All right, next up, I want to talk about Andar. That's actually the Spanish word to carry, and that's what they have on their website, so I'm going to roll the R. And I absolutely love this white leather case. This is actually Cactus leather, so not cow leather. They have their brand, but it's pretty discreet on the side. Microfiber interior, feels really good, and I love this metal edge around the camera bump. And honestly, I don't feel any compromise being Cactus leather. Now, getting the iPhone in here is pretty easy, and I mean, come on, blue titanium with this white case, I mean, that's pretty nice. I do really love the look of this. Now, like the Bellroy case, the Andar cases also have a cutout for the action button. I do find their cutout is a little easier to get to the action button, so it's not as big of an issue, but just keep that in mind, there is a cutout. I can still trigger it with just my thumb without trying too hard, but I do have to press a little more than if there was just a button on top. Now, this is the Aspen case for $55, and they sell them for the iPhone 14 models as well. The Aspen in Blanc, which is the white Cactus leather that I have here, is a vegan leather. So if you still want something sustainable and non-cow, this might be a great option to go with. It does have metal buttons for the sleep-wake button and the volume, and those metal buttons feel great as well. Now, getting your phone out of this case in particular, not easy. You definitely don't have to worry about it falling out of the case, I'll just say that. Now, this is the same Andar case, but in brown, and this is actually full-grain oil wax leather. So if you do want that full-grain leather, you can still get it here depending on the color case you choose. Still microfiber interior, MagSafe compatible, both this and the Blanc or white version. Metal buttons still feel good. A black ring now around the camera. And let's get the iPhone in here. Now, this leather case actually feels a little thinner than the white out of the Cactus leather. This is thicker, a little more hefty, but I kind of liked it. It was a good feel. Now, this leather feels very good. I would actually say it's very close to Apple's leather cases from the iPhone 14 Pro line. So if you want a nice leather feeling case, this brown one it's very nice. Again, sleep and volume buttons are good. Action button still has the cutout, but again, I can activate it without too much trouble. Andar makes multiple colors, a lighter brown, you can get a light green, and honestly, they all look really good. It's a little easier to get it out of this case, definitely not falling out. This real leather does smell very nice, I'm just saying. All right, and finally, this is the Nomad leather case in Horween leather, which I did my best to try and figure out what Horween is. It's a vegetable tanned leather. As far as I can tell, this is still like real leather. It's not a vegan leather as far as I can tell. Microfiber interior, MagSafe, it all feels great. Now the Nomad case is the one case here that has a duotone look. So it has these black sides, which are not leather. It's kind of a rubberized side. And then the full leather back, black around the camera bump. Now Nomad's buttons are kind of unbeaten. I mean, this sleep-wake button has ridges on it and it feels great, metal button. And Nomad was also the ones to put a button over the action button. So the action button is extremely easy to trigger, and of course the volume buttons feel great as well. The Horween leather is very premium. Feeling both, the Andar one actually has a little more texture, slightly more texture. The Nomad one is very smooth. I'm sure both will patina really nicely over time. I think it's really a preference. These are both premium leathers, but again, it really depends if you like that duotone look that's here on the Nomad. But just to give you an idea, here's the action button. Obviously very easy to trigger with that button over it. If you like the duotone look, the Nomad is definitely a solid choice. Now there are many other leather cases on the market. I just couldn't get them very quickly. Many are back ordered into October. A few I have my eye on is the Mujo. This brown leather looks really nice. This is also a full leather case, and I'm also looking at the bull strap cases. I love the color. There is a little logo on the back, but it's kind of a cool logo. And this is one of the few cases that has an open bottom. Thank you, John Syracusa. Now it currently does not have a button over the action button. It is a cutout, so it remains to be seen how easy it is to press the action button. But these are pre-orders, not shipping until late October. So I've ordered these two, the Mujo, the Bullstrap, and a couple others. So expect a follow-up video. So, subscribe to the channel, like, and comment if there's a brand of leather case that you really like and are actually using with your iPhone 15. Also very easy to get out of the Nomad case, just so you know. I think for me, this white Andar case is just really speaking to me. I love the white look. And I also got this ESR MagSafe Wallet with Find My. And because I went to the Pro Max phone for my 14 Pro, I love this little finger loop. It's really helping with the holdability of the Pro Max phone. This is also a wallet, can hold up to 3 cards in here, and it can act as a stand, which is pretty sweet. And I have to say, this color of the ESR wallet, I'll put the link to Amazon in the description, plus the white Andar case, I mean, that's a pretty nice combo. I think this is the combo I'm going to go with right now, the Blanc Andar case with Cactus leather and this ESR wallet. I like the look, I like the finger loop, but again, tell me down in the comments what leather cases have you found for your 15 Pro and Pro Max. And don't forget to check out these videos on the channel. If you want to know all about the USB-C capabilities of the iPhone 15 and 15 Pro, got a great video here. And if you're looking for shortcuts for your action button, I actually have a whole video here giving you 13 ideas for the action button with links to download shortcuts right in the video description. So check that out. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next video.